From book cover to A+ content to all the marketing materials in under 1 hour, let's see if we can. All right, so we're going to start from absolute scratch. And this is Cover Design app. And here I can create the book cover, analyze the book cover, create the print covers, hardback and paperback, A+ content, audiobook cover. I can compare covers, generate the author picture, and generate mock-ups. So let's start by creating a book cover. So I'm going to click Get Started, and let's choose something like, let's do a cookbook here. Let's do One Pan Dinners. So it's asking me for the subtitle, and then the author name, let's say Jamie Carter. Okay, oops, Carter. It's going to be a Kindle 6x9. For a genre, let's select here cookbooks and food. And this is very important. This is the reader's starting point. So is the reader struggling? Are they improving? Are they curious? Are they escaping? Are they young readers? Or is it just a functional, like low content? I think in this case, it's improving. They're deciding to level up. So let's choose that one. So actively seeking improvement. And let's paste the description, which I already pre-wrote. And One Pan Dinners is for anyone who wants real satisfying meals without turning dinner into a cleanup nightmare. This book shows how to cook complete weekend dinners using a single pan, etc., etc. All right, perfect. So let's find a couple of competitors. I can either upload the images or the URL references. So let's come here to Amazon and choose a few. Let's do this one. Copy the image address, that's very important. So just paste that there. And then let's do, what else do we like? This one looks good too. Okay. Copy the image address. Remember, I'm looking for covers that I like, not covers I hate. Or covers that are actually, in line with the genre. This one is pretty good. Okay, I'm going to grab another one, maybe 3, 4. There we go. And let's do one more. This one looks nice. Okay. Copy image address. And let's paste it right here. Perfect. Now, emotional profile. Do I want the tone to be calm, intense, nostalgic, mysterious? There's a whole bunch, but I'm actually going to click on AI Suggest. It's going to help me come up with all of that. And it shows approachable, practical, delicious, efficient, and fresh. Perfect. Now, the primary emotion. What am I looking to get from the book, or the reader to get from the book? It could be joy. It could be excitement. Let's just even leave it at joy. I think it's pretty good. The central symbol or motif, a brightly lit, slightly steaming one-pan meal, beautifully arranged with fresh herbs and vibrant colors. And what to avoid? Overly processed looking food, complicated recipes, and a sterile clinical aesthetic. Okay, perfect. Now the archetype. This is what the author is like. Are they a creator? Are they a sage, a rebel, a caregiver? In this case, I think they may be a sage because they're knowledgeable, analytical, and they share the wisdom and insights, which is pretty much what someone who's teaching how to cook does. So let's choose the sage. And finally, for advanced options, this is the semiotic focus. I'm going to choose color psychology, typography, very important, and composition. I don't really care about symbolism or cultural codes. These 3 are very important. And let's now generate the semiotic analysis. All right, it generated the semiotic analysis. And the first thing I see here is the cover vision. This is what the app pictures. So picture a slightly elevated overhead shot of a golden cast iron skillet filled with a vibrant, colorful one-pan meal. Perhaps chicken and vegetables. The skillet sits on a clean, light gray marble surface. The title One Pan Dinners is displayed in a confident navy Garamond font, while the subtitle Real Meals, Less Cleanup, Weekend Cook Night that actually works, is presented in a clean gray open sans beneath it. Okay, this is the color palette it chose. And here it's going to give me a minimalist, or a detailed prompt or cover. And if I wanted to go in a completely different direction, I could actually do that. So I can come here and say maybe more bold or more detailed or different colors. Let's actually choose different colors, more bold. And let's just generate a new concept. I could actually ask for something specific here, but let's just generate a new concept. Envision a close-up, almost abstract color, sizzling, okay. Yeah, vibrant yellow mustard, okay, perfect. Now, here it's explaining its justification. So here are the story essence. One Pan Dinners promises an accessible path to delicious and efficient weeknight meals, offering a tangible solution to the daily dinner dilemma. The archetypes and mythic elements, the author is presented as a sage, guides the readers toward a simplified and more fulfilling approach to cooking. And the genre conventions, while typical cookbook covers often feature overly styled aspirational imagery, this book should prioritize clean, realistic visuals that showcase the simplicity and practicality of one-pan cooking. I like that a lot. Now, let's look at the visual and semiotic guidance. So the denotative is pretty much explaining what the book is going to look like, but here is the connotative. So this is basically what the feelings and cultural meanings the book is evoking. So in this case, it evokes a feeling of achievable culinary success and time-saving efficiency. The clean design and professional topography signal credibility and trustworthiness. Perfect. And the mythic, here, the image of a perfectly cooked one-pan meal symbolizes the transformation of chaos into order, reflecting the reader's quest for mastery over their daily routine. And here are the metaphors. So one-pan meal represents a book's promise of easy and quick meal preparation. You have the skillet as one of the symbols, fresh ingredients as one of the synecdoches, and the metonymy is the one-pan dinner itself. It represents all the different cooking ideas that you can have in one pan. And here it's talking about different things to avoid. So avoiding language that's manipulative or chaotic compositions, etc. Here it's explaining a little bit of the design instructions if you want to give this to a designer, typography instructions, imagery instructions, layout, etc. The mood board keywords. All right, so now let's go down to the bottom and click on Generate Prompts. So it created a minimalist, and a detailed prompt. So let's start by creating some images. So we can use either ideogram, which costs 1 credit per variation, or Nano Banana, which costs 3 credits per image. Nano Banana, of course, is a far superior image generator. However, ideogram is far superior designer. So I usually like to use ideogram to create really nice designs. And even though it messes up the types, the typography a lot and makes a lot of spelling mistakes, I can fix them using Nano Banana later. So I'm going to create 4 variations of ideogram and 1 of Nano Banana of each of the 3 types of prompts. All right, so these are the ideogram ideas. Pretty cool. All right, I like them. Yeah, you can see it makes a lot of mistakes, but we can fix those very, very quickly. Now let's create one with Nano Banana. It's going to interpret it very differently. Let's see what it does with the main concept. And this is what Nano Banana created. Again, the photographic quality is amazing and everything looks great. Okay, let's look at a minimalist approach. And let's do the same thing. Let's create 4 variations with ideogram. And as you can tell, it did a very minimalist approach. No photography, in this case it did, but okay. And let's try one with Nano Banana. And this is Nano Banana. As you can tell, ideogram is a far superior designer, but both of them have their place. So let's try now the maximalist or the detailed one. All right, and even though I'm cutting the waiting times, every time it takes about less than a minute. So this is the Nano Banana and the different, technically more detailed ones. So here, if I go to image library, I can actually see all of the generations. So let's take a look and let's pick one. Oh, I like these ones quite a bit. So let's choose one. This one is pretty good. I mean, I like the minimalist ones, but here you really want to see the food. I don't love these ones. This one looks a little amateur, but I kind of like either this one or this one. Let's choose this one. Okay, so now you can see here that it has a bunch of mistakes, etc. So let's fix that. I'm going to come here and I'm going to do edit, edit with AI, and I'm going to request a change. And I wanted to, first of all, delete the white text at the bottom and fix the subtitle text typos to read. And I'm going to paste the actual subtitle. And just to make sure that it gets it right, I'm going to click on Enhance Prompt. So it sends the perfect prompt here. Remove the white text at the bottom completely, ensuring the area is clear. Correct the typos in the subtitle text to read real meals, let's clean up weeknight cooking. That actually works with the same font and size. Keep everything else unchanged. And this is what I'm going to use Nano Banana for. And there it is. Jamie Carter, one pan dinners, real meals, less cleanup, weeknight cooking that actually works. I love it. Okay, perfect. So that's basically my Kindle cover. Now let's create some print covers. So let's go to print. And for this, I'm going to upload the manuscript. So I'm going to find One Pan Dinners. Here's the whole book. And it took about a minute or so, but what it did is it actually created the back cover blurb. It actually did the author bio. And even more importantly, it created a whole Amazon book description with the right headings, heading 4s, and it even has the HTML source that you can copy and paste directly into your KDP listing. So it has everything here based on the actual book. So I'm going to select here One Pan Dinners. It pre-fills everything. And this is a 175 pages. And I'm going to do the paperback, white paper standard. Okay, everything's ready here. And we need to create actually an author photo. So let's go here and create an author photo. I'm going to generate a picture. And this is, let's create, Jamie is going to be a woman in her 40s. And let's make her Hispanic with medium brown wavy hair. Okay. Glasses, clothing style casual, head and shoulder friendly smile, and let's put colorful blouse, big smile. And there is Jamie Carter. If I want to make any changes, for example, I can totally make them here by clicking on edit and making any changes. But I kind of like, let me actually change the blouse. There it is. Okay, perfect. You know what? Let me give her a haircut. Make her hair shorter and lighter. There you go. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So perfect. Let me go back to the print covers. And now let's come back here and select the author. Let's choose this one. I don't need to crop it. This looks perfect. Okay. And at the very bottom, I'm going to choose the right cover, which we decided was going to be this one. And I'm going to come back up here because I want to have a divider between the blurb and the bio. So I can select a color. Let's choose one of the oranges here. That's perfect. And for the background, if I leave it alone, it's going to choose the most dominant color from the cover. So let's leave it like this and see what it does. Click on Create. And in less than 30 seconds, I'm going to have the full paperback with the right dimensions, right safe areas, and everything. There it is. Beautiful. And if I click on Show Safe Areas, everything looks perfect. And if I wanted to change this to a gradient, I can totally come here, make it a vertical gradient, and I can pick let's choose, for example, this, and let's choose the bottom color. Let's make it kind of like a black, and let's generate it again. So I do generate another cover. Go to the bottom here and click on Generate. And there it is. Perfect. I can change this if I wanted to make it white or make it bigger by coming here and changing the title font and the author font. I'm going to leave it alone. I actually like the first one better. So let's go back to my all activity, and I'm going to select my first cover, which was this one. And I'm going to do edit. I'm going to select the hardcover. Now the hardcover needs to expand the front cover so that it fits within the margin. So all I do is select that and click Generate Hardcover. And it should create some good margins on the sides. And there you go. If I click here, everything is within the safe areas. I know here it's a little outside, but trust me, it's perfectly fine. And now let's do, I mean, you wouldn't have an audiobook for the cookbook, but let's create the audiobook cover. So I'm selecting this, creating the audiobook, which basically makes that cover 1 by 1, so square. And there it is, my audiobook cover. All right, let's create some A+ content. I'm going to select the cover. Again, this one. It's analyzing the colors. And here is the palette, the color palette. I'm going to go next. And I could either paste the description or upload the whole book. I'm going to upload the book. Again, I want as many details as I can, so 1 pan dinners, because I wanted to really write perfect copy in all the different modules it's going to create. And there is the analysis. And here I can choose either to build it manually or to do AI. Trust me, AI looks 1,000 times nicer. I'm going to create 3 hero images, one with book and 2 others without it. One with a benefit grid with 4 benefit cards. And actually, because this is a cookbook, I'm actually going to create an interior preview. So here, I'm going to review and generate, and it's going to ask me to upload the images. So I click here, go here to my desktop, and find these 3 images. And there's my 3 images right there. And let's look at the first hero image. The headline, Effortless 1-pan meals, transform your cooking experience today. And it's a vibrant kitchen scene with family enjoying a delicious 1-pan meal together. The second one, cook together, savor together, enjoy shares moments while creating delicious meals. A group of friends joyfully preparing a vibrant, okay. I mean, you can tweak this any way you want. And the third one, nurture your culinary confidence, transform your cooking with simplicity and ease. A lone figure stands in the sunlit kitchen holding a shining skillet like a precious artifact. Okay. And the benefit grids, number 1, minimal cleanup, drastically reduced cleanup with 1 pan, flexible recipes, perfect timing, leftovers made easy. And then I have here, explore tasty innovations, unlock quick and easy. Okay, perfect. And let's look at the styling. Inviting and practical, warm earth tones accented by a vibrant food color, bright and airy. And let's create the 5 modules. Again, think about how much time this is saving you from going to a designer and asking them to create this. They charge around, $85 to $100 for the modules. Here it's doing it in under a minute. And here it is. Effortless 1-pan meals. Cook together, savor together. Oh, that's awesome. Nurture your culinary confidence. Here are the benefits, minimal cleanup, etc., etc. And finally, explore tasty innovations with the pictures of the book. And I can click on download all, and it will download each one individually, ready to pop into Amazon. Finally, let's take a look at mockups. So I'm going to go to the library here because I want to choose the one I already have. I'm going to click next, and there's multiple things. I can do book on the table, book in hands, person reading, device mockup, flat lay, lifestyle scene, or author holding the book. Let's try author holding the book. And it's the paperback 6x9. I'm going to select my author right here, and let's make it side hold and surface. Let's say instead of minimal, let's do cozy home. And next, I'm going to make it a landscape picture. Yeah, landscape is good. You can make it portrait or square. But here, it's saying professional studio portrait photo. The person from the reference is holding the book at their side cover, prominently facing the camera. Okay, I want to change that to make her be standing in a kitchen. She is standing in her kitchen with the stove behind her and a skillet on top of the stove. And I'm going to do here so it creates the prompt perfectly. Professional studio-like portrait taken in a kitchen setting. The person from the reference photo is standing confidently with the stove behind her and a skillet on top of the stove. Okay, let's generate it. And there she is with the stove behind her, perfect portrait. Okay, let's create another one. Same thing, library, select from the library. And in this case, we're going to choose device mockup. And let's choose the paperback and the Kindle reader. Everything else the same, minimal studio. Next, let's make it square, review prompt, and generate. Now let's take a look at all the images we created. So we have the mockup, we have the author holding the picture, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 modules, we have the audiobook cover, we created an author picture, and we have the paperback and the hardcover, as well as all of these versions of the cover until we found the right one. So what did you think about that? All those images in under an hour. We got the cover, the hardcover, the paperback, we got the audiobook, we got the A+ content, the author picture, and the mockups, everything under 1 hour, everything in Cover Design app for less than $40 a month.